What's up, Nashville? We're here. And, greater Tennessee area, if you're watching, we are here at Special Olympics Winter Games presented by Wellpoint.
Yeah.
And we're excited to be here. How are you feeling, Jarrell?
I'm not going to lie to you, Sav. It's good to be back inside.
Yes.
We've been outside. We've been outside interviewing coaches and athletes.
Gotta keep this nice jacket nice.
Yeah, my Florida blood is not quite ready for this hill, but as you guys can see, it is freaking amazing. This view is amazing out here. We're really happy to be here. And there's so many amazing athletes that we've already got to talk to and witness do their thing. Like last night at the opening ceremonies. What were your thoughts at the ceremony last night, Sam?
The excitement. I mean, the excitement was through the roof. You could cut that with a butter knife, and people are so excited. It's like they were already on the mountain doing it, and they're so confident. They're so ready. They've trained for this. They're excited for this. You ask them if they're nervous, they're like, nope, I'm ready to go. Let's do it. So that's exciting for me. I love skiing, and I don't consider myself like a pro or anything like that, but to hear that some of these athletes have been skiing, snowboarding like most of their life is just wild to me. And they train for this, and they compete, and they go across the world to compete. I mean, it's so exciting. What were your thoughts?
Yeah, so for me, it was, I've always said this, but this is proof that you have no limits. Like, no matter what your circumstances are, you literally have no limits and no excuses why you can't reach your full potential. And like you said last night, the hype is real. Like, the energy, they were so ready, like, just to get started because they've been training for so long, getting ready for this point, and now it's like, it's go time for them. And if that was just the opening ceremony, I can only imagine what the events are going to feel like once we get in there, right?
I can't even, And it's snowing out. I mean, this is the most beautiful snow. I wish you could see it from our perspective live, because we had a snow, a couple weeks in Nashville. These are the biggest snowflakes, and it's almost, Jarrell was like, is this real snow?
I had to ask, like, is this real?
The second they lit the torch, perfect snowfall comes down, and these big, juicy snowflakes.
We're talking magic moment. This is talking magic moment here, guys. And so we have a full day lined up for you. We're starting here on the mountain with skiing, snowboarding, ice skating, and that'll be going to about, 11:30?
It's all this morning. So that's where you get the winter games, true winter games. And then later this afternoon will be the fitness event. So not the combine, I don't believe, but
this will be the individual fitness event. So each athlete will be able to demonstrate whatever they can do.
Do you remember some of the events?
So we got trap bar deadlift, we have sled push, we have some carries. We have a lot of different things where these guys are really going to go all in, and we can see individually what they can do, where tomorrow is going to be more of the team fitness event. But I'm super excited for what these guys or what these athletes are going to be able to accomplish, man. I'm not going to lie. Like, I'm ready. Like, I am ready. And as we've been talking to like a lot of the coaches, these athletes have been preparing for a while now, right? So I'm really interested to see what they can do, guys. What do you think is going to be your favorite event?
I was just thinking I was going to ask you that. I want to know what you're like. What is the most excited you are about?
So for me, I'm not going to lie. I think it's the fitness.
Yeah.
But once I got here, I was like, I actually kind of want to see the ice skating, like the race, only because like in the winter games, my favorite event is curling. That I don't know why, but I love I can watch that all day long.
It sucks you right in.
It's precision, it's ice skating, it's teamwork.
Have you curled before?
Biceps, No. Well, let me take this jacket off, Sam, because clearly you can't see that I've been doing my curls.
Busting through it. He's busting through it.
What about you? What's your favorite event? What event are you looking forward to?
I'm honestly looking forward to, I've always thought in any kind of setting, Olympics, Special Olympics, ice skating has always been the most fascinating to me, because having tiny blades like this thin under your feet.
Can you ice skate?
And then, doing all the things that people can do, I can like barely get around, like
I'm gonna try it.
All right, yes you are, and we're gonna get it on camera.
We're gonna get, oh wow. right, as long as I don't fall. Give me the little brace thing that, you know, like the kids get. I want one of the walkers to make sure. I need a walker and I need some shades like this lady has over here. Like I need to figure out where I can get like the ski shades. I want all of the gear.
Yeah,
but
we're
next
gonna
time
hook
you
you
guys
up.
see me, you be like, oh, he's a professional now.
Yeah, he's gonna be competing.
I'm getting all the things.
Next thing you know, Jarrell Webb at the Olympics. Ice skating, figure skating.
Figure skating. I need the full bodysuit thing, like the onesie.
360s.
The onesie.
But yeah, no, seriously, like just to be able to skate in a loop with a blade under your feet, much less do the things that people do when they're competing. Like speed skating is what the event is. Going fast on those blades, more power to you. I think that is so impressive for anybody to do.
Yeah.
Especially, I mean, to be sliding around on snow with a pair of skis, like if you've ever skied before, you know that it's difficult. You know, it's not an easy thing to.
You have to be
snowboarding,
a real athlete to do that.
Yeah, and it takes a lot of practice. So the work that these athletes have put in, I'm excited to see it. I'm excited to see with the coaches how they work with their athletes because it's the camaraderie is real here. I mean, you see the coaches talking with their athletes. The athletes are getting hype. I mean, it's
everybody is super excited. Like you said, we can't replicate the environment for you guys, but I'm sure you can hear the music and you can probably see the athletes outside getting ready. So you guys make sure you stay tuned. We'll be back with more interviews with coaches, athletes, some VIPs as well. I'm gonna go out here and jump on this ice real quick and see if I can make it around. I'm totally kidding. But you guys stay tuned and we'll see you again in a little bit. Stop that. I was like, I can see Terry pregnant. He's like. Aaron, where are you from?
Nashville.
Okay, yeah.
Nashville, Tennessee.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So we are back with our friend Aaron. Aaron is a coach here at Special Olympics Winter Games. How are you feeling today, Aaron?
I'm feeling good. The weather's great.
The weather is great. All right.
Debatable, Aaron, but I'm with you.
So Aaron knows the ins and outs of these events and how they work. So we're going to ask him, what is the next event up? What are we about to see?
So today is all about practice. You have snowboarding and alpine skiing going on at the same time. We're doing trials and making sure all the athletes are in the right levels of groups. So when we compete tomorrow, they're competing with like similar athletes of skill.
I see. Okay, so tell us about what does the event look like when it comes to skiing. There's alpine skiing. Is there slalom skiing? So tell us, what does that look like? Like, what can we expect?
Yeah, so we have for snowboarding, it's straight up snowboarding. For skiing, we have alpine and we have Solomon. So for those alpine skiing and Solomon, they're going to be working on weaving through the poles left and right. We've got different levels.
Which is easier said than done.
Yes, very much so. We've got different levels. So we have our beginner group, which is green. You're learning just to sidestep and stop. For competitions, when you get to purple group, you're looking at alpine ski and Solomon, working on turns, moving in and out of those kind of poles. And then our yellow and blue groups will be up the mountains doing the larger runs with the same idea.
Again, easier said than done. If you've ever tried to turn on skis, you're a coach.
Yes.
How do you, what is a good cue for how to turn on skis if you're watching somebody go straight down?
Yeah, that is a great
If you
question.
go straight down, it's too late.
Just go straight down, it's too late.
I got nothing for you.
better
Brace
pray.
yourself.
We just tell the kids, make a pizza and stop.
Pizza. So that's what I learned when I first started learning how to ski, is make that pizza to stop yourself. So if that gives you any idea of, if you've never skied before, you know how it's just difficult to do it.
So let's stay there. Aaron, I've never skied before.
Okay.
So what is step one? What's the first thing you tell me before we go to the top of that hill?
put on your helmet.
That is great advice from a coach.
No, I think the first thing, I think you've got to remember you're just kind of leaning into it. The directionality of the skis, kind of just like you would on a motorcycle or a bicycle, you're kind of leaning into the turns. And then if you feel like you're going fast, just kind of put it together, put those toes together at the front and kind of slowly wedge it down.
Okay. And do not panic.
Do not panic, absolutely.
Because I would panic because I'm going too fast, but I would also enjoy it and I will forget everything that you told me until I'm in front of a tree.
Correct, yeah. You got to stay calm. Athletes on competition day, sometimes they hype them up and they get too excited and then they forget what they've learned and then that's where things fall apart. So you've got to find that balance with your athletes.
And that would happen to anybody. That happens to me on a daily basis.
So as a coach and you have an athlete that's coming down, are you coming down with them or are they completely alone?
No, so today is all about practice, all about getting them on the right one. We can help them up, we can kind of coach them on the slopes. Tomorrow it has to be all athlete led and driven. So if an athlete falls down, we cannot go and help them. If an athlete's ski comes off, they've got to be able to put that on themselves for the run to count.
Wow, so you're down here trying not to panic as your athletes are coming down?
I am just down here supporting, cheering them on, running times, checking out how they're coming through, hoping for the best.
Love it. Love it.
So how do you hype your athletes up? Like, what is a great, strategy? Because I'm always learning as a coach myself how to have more ways to connect with my clients, connect with my athletes. So how do you hype your athletes up right before they go up on the slopes, right before they're about to compete?
Yeah, I think that's a really good question. With our individuals with disabilities, they're all very different and wide range. So like some need a very calm demeanor beforehand. And so that's a great part of having all these different coaches here who know the athletes, because some will be like, let's go, we're going for it. For me personally, my athlete who's here today, we just got to stay nice and calm and say, hey, it's all about doing your best. We talk about being brave in the attempt, like let me win, but if I cannot win, let me be brave in the attempt. And so for me, it's all about that engagement with the sport. Winning's fun, but it's not the ultimate goal.
That is what they said last night at the opening ceremony, and it about makes you want to cry because it really does put a lot of things into perspective that we forget about, like it isn't always about who gets the gold medal, right? It's about being brave enough to show up, because it is like the whole time we're talking about skiing and practicing and like learning how to do it, first of all, much less competing to do it, with the pressure of so many people watching you and you're like, oh, I want the gold, like that's a lot. And just showing up to do that for any person, I don't care who you are, is scary. And to conquer that is huge. And I love, can you repeat that one more time?
So our athlete oath is let me win, and if I cannot win, let me be brave in the attempt. We always want a really competitive competition between our athletes, but at the end of the day, it's about that inclusion and that inclusivity and those experiences and the community made along the way.
That's beautiful. That's everything you need right there. And the coaches, I think y'all are on another level, because like you described, this is what my athlete needs. I've noticed other coaches are doing this with their athletes. It's all about the individual that you are working with at the time, all about the athlete and what they need. And that's huge. That's important for any coach and athlete relationship. So more power to you and your athletes. Thank you so much for talking. Jarrell, do you have any more questions for Aaron?
No, I think that's it, man. I think we got them all. Thank you so much, Aaron.
Appreciate
we appreciate you.
Yeah.
And we'll see you around.
Thank you so much. Okay, guys, so I am here with my new friend, Robert, and his coach, Jake. So somebody had told me, you got to go find the guy in the pink pants on the snowboard. You got to interview the guy in the pink pants. He's awesome. He's a great snowboarder. He's really fun to talk to. So I run out. Terry says, go find Pink Pants. And this is what we're calling him. And he's like, you can call me Pink Pants at this point. But before I met, I come out, and he's just finishing his run. He's really good, by the way.
Thank you.
And his name is Robert, and he's super fun. When I said, are you Robert? He looks at his name tag and says, well, if the name tag says so. So tell us, Robert, tell us why the pink pants? Why with the bright pink?
Well, I'm Robert. Of course, I like pink, everybody. Allie Thacker gave it to me for Christmas. And I was on the snowboard, and of course, she come out here like, are you Robert? I like, last time I checked, that's what the name tag says on it. And I've been doing it for a long time, because I love doing it.
How long?
How you think? How long you think?
Your whole life?
30-some years I've been doing this.
No way. Are you kidding me?
Nope, I'm not lying.
30-something years.
Yeah, I love doing this
That's
stuff.
a long time to be snowboarding.
ma'am.
Wow. And snowboarding. So, have you ever had any really bad falls out there?
Once, I bust my bony bones.
Yeah.
I love doing this stuff.
I mean, clearly, you're really good at it. And you have such a great demeanor and a great
Thank you.
energy. I love being around you and talking to you. No wonder they said, you got to interview Pink Pants.
Go find the pink pants there.
So, Jake, how long have you been coaching?
This is actually just my second year coaching.
Awesome.
I've been with Robert for both years, and we have a blast.
That's
every time.
awesome.
Yeah.
You guys seem to be like a dynamic duo here.
absolutely.
You guys are, two
I'll
peas
try
in
to
a
keep
pod.
up with him best I can,
Right on,
so.
yeah. I hear that.
You can
Cool.
give up with me sometimes.
Well,
I love doing this stuff.
What are you excited about tomorrow? Like, do you think you're gonna win?
Oh, of course I know I'm going to
You know, look at that. That's the confidence you need right there.
I'm ready for the night, too.
He's ready for it all. Cool. So what's the most fun you've had so far? Just being out there,
So
meeting
far,
people?
of course, I met everybody. And, of course, I met nice fellow over here in the green. He's
Right,
kinda cool.
our man Jarrell, yeah. He should be over
I done the torch row
here.
this morning.
Yeah?
Yeah, I done that this morning.
That's right. So he was the one to hand the torch off so that the torch could be lit. That's a really
was
special
fun this
honor. You got to be good at snowboarding. You got to get down the mountain without dropping the torch. That's a big role.
Don't let the poor thing go out on you, burn yourself or something.
Right.
It's everywhere. Sorry, that's not fun to burn yourself.
No, not fun. But you didn't. So we made it down the
Thank
hill.
you.
The torch is lit. Jake, what about you? What's been the most fun part about training? Do you have other athletes that you train?
Yeah, so there's probably 4 of us in our group, and we just get to come out here and snowboard all day long, go up the mountain, come back down.
It's basically
But
it's hanging out with your buddies.
Yeah, exactly
it's
what
hardly
it
a
is.
job, right?
Yeah, Robert's amazing.
That's what I love about coaching. I'm a coach as well. I'm not a snowboarding coach, just a fitness coach,
I
but
got to teach you.
it's like hanging out with buddies all day. It's awesome. So cool. Yeah, clearly you guys love it. Clearly you're excited about it.
Of
So
course, this snow's
Right?
really nice. Oh, my Lord, the stuff going.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm
So-
ready for the dance tonight.
Yeah. What's tonight? Tell us about
Dance.
it. The dance.
Yeah.
So I've heard really good things about the dance. They
Yes,
were
it's
saying the
fun.
dance is like a hot commodity. Everybody loves the dance.
Yes.
I'm excited for the dance.
I am too.
Are you a good dancer?
Oh, yes.
Right on. You want to show us some moves right here? We
No,
got
I
some.
can't do that.
Not yet.
Not
Okay.
yet, I'm
All
sorry.
right. Later
Not
tonight.
yet.
So we're gonna have to be at the dance so we see some of those
Wow.
moves. All right.
I'm gonna
Anything
let-
you want to leave us with?
Well, I'm going to ask my girl to marry me tonight.
You're gonna ask your girl to marry? Wow, that's
ma'am.
you've
She's
heard it
here.
here first, right?
She's here tonight. She's outside skiing now.
That is so exciting.
She don't know what I'm doing.
She didn't know.
No.
So hopefully she's not watching this broadcast. She won't see it. We'll keep it a secret.
That's fine. I'm sure she does some odd.
Dude, what do you think she's gonna say? She's gonna say yes,
she
right?
says yes. I hope
Right on.
She does.
Right on. Where are you gonna honeymoon at? If she says yes.
I don't know yet.
Okay, we'll figure that out later.
I'll figure it out
One day at a
some-
time.
I tried.
All right. Well, you're gonna win that gold, and then you're gonna have, everything you need to take her
Yes,
out.
sir.
Awesome. Cool. Well, Jake, anything you'd like to leave us with? Anything?
No, it's been a great trip.
Awesome.
Thank y'all for having us.
Yeah. Thank you
Yes,
guys for
it's
coming
fun
and talking
thing.
to
At
us.
least
You
you
guys
couldn't
are.
get me out.
We gotta be friends now. I mean,
Yeah.
y'all are too fun to hang out with. So, thank you guys so much. We'll see you guys on the slopes.
See, have fun.
Good work.
Thank you so much, man. You're awesome.
right, on YouTube.
Hey, what's going on, guys? We are back, and this time we have an athlete, Chris Furches from Jonesboro, Tennessee. So I've learned a lot about Chris just behind the scenes. One, that he races motocross for a living. Two, he's headed to Italy next year for the Winter World Games with the Special Olympics. How did you get involved in the Winter Games?
I don't know. I just what happened was my mom and my dad told me, they said, hey, there's a thing called Winter Games. So I said, okay, let's give it a shot. And, you know, the first day I didn't do worth a darn, but but you know, it took some time and work, and after that I've came all the way to where I'm at now.
Yeah, well, usually, you know what I always tell my clients, we all have a day one, and clearly you mastered your day one, day two, day 60. You've been doing this for how long now?
I say snowboarding, if I'm correct, 4 years.
You've been snowboarding for 4 years now, and you've already qualified for the Winter World Games in Italy. So that must mean that you're pretty good, right?
For now, I'm really good. I'm not saying I'm the best in the world, but I'm good.
Yeah. So, what are your main goals for this weekend as you get ready to hit the slopes?
You know, just have fun, stay safe, but win it all.
Well, there it is, win it all. Outside of motocross and snowboarding, are there any other sports that you compete in?
That's all I do.
That's all you do right now?
Yeah.
Have you thought about doing any other things, or are you just going to master this first?
I might have to master this first, but I do race. I used to race dirt bikes at one time, but I found out that was not my passion.
Okay, so if you had to choose between snowboarding and motocross, which one would you choose? You can only do one for the rest of your life. Which one would you choose?
It'd have to be racing. I love my racing. That's always been a passion of mine.
Yeah. Now, how long have you been doing motocross?
This year makes 14.
14 years? So you started off.
I started at age 10. Okay. My mom over there, my dad, did the sport. So I mean, it grew up, and then I came along, and I started when I was 10 and made my way up.
Man, that's amazing. What is your favorite part about motocross?
All the jumps, turns, the travel, the journey, all the memories you make out of it.
Yeah. Do you feel like doing motocross helped you with snowboarding at all?
Yeah, actually, it helped a lot with my balance, helped me out with my concentration. So yeah.
Yeah. So would you say you already came in pretty confident that you're athletic enough to master snowboarding?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Love it. So you're here for the weekend. We're on the slopes. Is there a particular time that you're going for?
No, not yet.
Not yet? Not yet? You're just trying to win it all.
Yes, sir.
I love it, Chris. We thank you so much for this. Are you excited about the Winter World Games? And what does that training look like? What does snowboard training look like as you get ready to go master that?
I don't know, but we're going to be going to Utah. That's where we're going to be training for about a week. And I'm a little nervous, but I'm excited and just have to see how it really goes.
I love it, man. Guy's super humble while being confident at the same time. So I really thinks he's going to win this whole thing, and we'll be cheering you on, Chris, from inside in the heat because it's cold out there. But we'll be cheering you on. You guys stay tuned for more interviews with more athletes and VIPs. We'll see you next time. Perfect. Good job, man. Thank you.
I have Frederica here with me today. Frederica is a coach and a parent with Special Olympics, and I was just talking to her a little bit before we came on camera here, and I was like, you have to share some of this stuff, these values, and that's why we want to be putting this stuff out here. It's not just about the spectation of the sport or the awards or anything like that, and we talked about the oath a little bit, but tell us a little bit what it's been like for you being a parent with Special Olympics and being a coach. She's coached everything from swimming to tennis and winter games. So tell us a little bit about it.
Well, I have a 37-year-old daughter that at 13 joined Drummerite, asked if she could go skiing, and I said yes. And sure enough, since then I have coached skiing up here. And it is always, the most important thing is to make them believe they can do it.
That part.
When you have a disability, you're always told they can't do it. But in Special Olympics, because of the coaches and the whole system is built in, I can do this. And it's amazing how they progress and how courage they are when they go back out there.
So my question for you is, what tips do you have for us to help people believe that they can do it, disabilities or not? Because I think the mental barrier is such a fundamental part of wanting to do anything. What tips do you have to pour into people to say, no, let me show you that you can actually do these things?
I always tell them, one thing at a time. Do that step first, and then you can make that second step. And in basketball, I tell them, look at that ball. In tennis, I tell them, hold that racket, look at that ball. One thing at a time.
Yeah.
Special needs athletes, you can tell them everything, especially in skiing. You can't go out there and say, well, you put the left foot and then the right foot. Many of them don't understand right from left. Right. So it's like one little bite at a time. And they are so thankful, and it's so exciting when they succeed.
Yes, and that's exciting from somebody who's a coach for general population. It's just as important to acknowledge that, and I'm always telling my athletes, you can do a lot more than you think you can. Yes. And you have to put that in your mindset that you believe in yourself. And it takes baby steps.
Yes.
I don't care who you are. It takes baby steps to go, okay, I'm going to bite off this little chunk. I'm going to bite off this little chunk. Oh my gosh. And then those light bulb moments where, wow, that connects. I'm succeeding at this. I accomplish that little chunk. Let me take off a little bit more. Let me bite off a little bit more. That's so important. So I'm glad that you shared that with us, and that applies to everybody.
Yes, and there are different coaches. I'm not the sweetest coach.
That's okay.
Me either, Fred. Me either.
I'm the mean coach, and the mean coach says, if you pass me, like in the yellow group, there are a lot of young, strong men, and they can stand up and go fast, but they can't turn. And that means they end up at the fence. So I tell them, you pass me, you go down a step. And they learn to stay behind me because they want to go on that higher,
too soon.
slope. And so anyway.
Now, how long have you been skiing? Because you said your daughter asked if she could go skiing at 13. Now, how long prior to that, was it something that she saw you doing? Where did the interest come from?
I grew up skiing. I'm from Bavaria, Germany.
Okay. Yes.
And literally grew up skiing.
Love it.
Grew up skiing.
Yeah.
And after all these years, I haven't forgotten it yet.
Oh no, it's
Is skiing like riding a bike? Like as long as you keep doing it, you won't forget
Absolutely.
it? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay, so here's my question for you. I've never skied before. So what tips would you have before I go to the top of the hill?
Be physically fit.
I got that step, I think.
His arms and busting through his jacket.
Well, it's your legs.
It's your legs.
It's
all
your
legs. All legs.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Soft knees.
No.
Is this about right?
Okay.
Like this?
And do the twist.
Do the twist?
The twist.
Okay.
You can do it.
I'm like Shakira. I don't know if you know who Shakira is, but I'm like Shakira. My hips don't lie. So yeah.
I mean, you could shoot down that place anytime. I'm telling you, it'd be fun.
I love it.
We're gonna
thank
put
you.
him in some skis.
Yeah. We're gonna get in some either skis or ice skating before we get out of here. Thank you so much. Do you have any other tips for us before you leave?
Well, always on the mountains, make sure you're hydrated. Honestly, it's so important to be hydrated for the athletes.
Love it.
Is there anything that you want people to know about Special Olympics specifically, or coaching Special Olympics athletes specifically?
Well, this is going to be like a heartbreaker. It's a lifesaver. I'm sorry.
It's
but
okay, yeah.
Special Olympics can be a lifesaver for some of our kids. It's amazing how many kids I have seen blossom, their confidence, and then they make friends, and then they call each other. It's just a lifesaver.
Wow.
So,
That's amazing in itself. Just that community matters. And thank you so much for tapping in with us and answering all our questions and giving me my first ski lesson.
Right.
It's all in the hips and the legs, right?
yes.
And we'll see you guys for our next VIP. Yes, keep supporting Special Olympics. Yes, thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back. We are here with Robin, who is initially a basketball coach, but she's here with a speed ice skating athlete. So we want to know, first of all, how did you make that transition from basketball to ice skating? Because that's a huge difference, right?
Yeah, that is. He just got interested in wanting to ice skate. We had friends that were doing the speed skating. One of his friends is actually going to the USA Olympics.
Wow.
For speed skating for Special Olympics.
For Special Olympics, yeah. Now is this? Tell us about what that looks like. Is this a race? What do we think about when we think about speed ice skating? Is it like we got 3 laps? We want to see how fast you can do 3 laps. Like, what does that event look like?
Well, they have a couple of different categories.
Okay.
So you have your assisted. So they have what essentially is a walker.
That's me.
Yeah.
That's what I need. Okay. What if I get the walker? That's what I need. Give me the assistant. Okay.
Yeah, and so they do 25 and 50 meters.
Yes.
And then they have the unassisted, and they're 100 and 200 meters.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And so but they're all out.
They're all out. Yeah. I love it. So one, I love that everything that a Special Olympic does is inclusive. So no matter what level you're on, you're able to participate. How do you gauge where someone is, like manage their expectations? Because like me, like I think I've never ice skated before, but I'm like, I don't want a walker. Let's go, right? How do you say, no, you probably want to start with the walker and then build up to that? What does coaching from that part look like?
They have taken them, never had skates on before, and they take them out and they're evaluating, can he get this quickly? Or is this something that's
going to take a little time
bit more
for?
Time.
Got it.
And they're out here today kind of practicing, right? To
Correct.
kind of like gauge where people need to be in the competition tomorrow.
Correct.
Right? Okay,
Correct.
gotcha.
Right.
Right on, cool.
Love
so
it.
how long have you been coaching?
I've coached all my kids, so I've been coaching probably 15 years.
So your kids are special needs?
But but now I started coaching special needs just this year.
Oh wow, okay,
So
okay,
our
gotcha.
youngest
Gotcha.
got involved in special needs Olympics last year.
Okay.
Really, we've got a couple other kids that were involved in Special Olympics through the schools.
Right on.
But since COVID, they've started doing more that's opened up to the public instead of just through the school system.
Good.
And so it's opened it up, I believe, more to the athletes.
Good.
And then I got involved, because I've like I said, I've always coached all of my kids,
Right.
and so I got involved this year coaching basketball, and
that's awesome.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun.
What's been the most like rewarding piece of it for you?
Oh, watching a kid light up. When they get that moment where it clicks for them and they get a new skill and they're hungry. Most of these kids want to learn. They want to succeed. They want to be successful, and they give everything they have.
That's so awesome.
Yeah.
I can imagine. I mean,
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
do you have any tips for coaches in general? Because Jarrell and I are both coaches, and I'm not a special needs coach, but I am always looking for ways to improve as a coach. Do you have anything for coaches of America or coaches of the world out there? Fitness, skiing, skating?
I think every athlete wants to always do their best, and sometimes as a coach, you want them to be better, but we don't always see where they are.
Right.
And I think with Special Olympics, that's one of the things is that you meet them where they are. And now I look back, if I had met my athletes a little bit more where they were, still expected them to get here.
That is huge. That's
then
huge.
They may have gotten where I wanted them to be quicker.
Yeah.
And
Patience.
Yes.
And everybody we were just talking about that with another coach who was like, you really do have to, because we're athletes. Like Jarrell and I, we love fitness, we love working out, and then you have a client and you might want them to do something that's like, oh, this will be fun. It's like, I know you can.
Right.
But maybe they're not there yet. Maybe it's a mental thing, maybe it's a physical thing, but maybe they're not there yet. And you're absolutely right, I think. I think that's such a good point to make, is that when you meet somebody where they're at and you have the patience to go, okay, what do you need right now? Not what do I want you to do, or where do I see you being?
Right.
That's a really big deal for any coach. I think a good coach knows how to do that and not rush the process.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest takeaway for me as coaching.
Right.
Is slowing it down and then that you see that confidence boost. It just changes so much.
It's like having a little bit of what you need with a little bit of what you feel good about. You got to have some strength in there. Like, let's give you something you like to do, a little bit, Yeah, that's awesome. Well, is there anything that you like? Jarrell, do you have any more questions for
No,
Robin?
I think we're good, Robin. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
we're really excited.
Do you coach ice skating at all?
I'm just assisting.
Just here assisting, getting you through. I was going to ask you what tips do you have for me before I go out here and try to ice skate? All right.
Yeah.
Like, don't do it.
Does he need a walker?
I would go
I'll go the walker.
for the walker.
Should I push him? Yes, sir.
Baby steps.
Baby steps. I like it. I like it.
All right. Well, thank you so much for talking to us, Robin, and we'll see you out there or over here, and wishing you guys the best of luck.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.